Fox 55 Sports. This is The Locker Room.
For the first time since 2015 and just the 6th time ever, Fort Wayne can proudly call this year's Mr. Basketball their own. Evening, everyone. My name is Justin Prince, joined per usual by my partner, Peter Hood. And this is a little show we like to call The Locker Room. And as always, we appreciate you being a part of it. Got another stacked show coming your way, including high school baseball highlights in the comments. But Pete, of course, the news of the day comes on the basketball court.
Yeah, we thought he had a good shot based on the way he played in the state finals, and on Friday it became official. Blackhawk Christian star Caleb Furst is your 2021 Mr. Basketball in the state of Indiana. Shouldn't come as a shock to anyone who's watched him play over the last 4 years. Furst burst onto the scene as a freshman, and all he's done since is dominate. His career numbers are staggering. Over 2,000 points, 1,200 plus rebounds. As a senior, the future Purdue Boilermaker averaged 21 and 14 to go along with 3 assists and 2 blocks per game. But what's most impressive, Prince, is the way he led his team and Blackhawks program to unprecedented heights. During Caleb's 4 years at BC, the Braves finished with a record of 105 and 11 with 4 sectional titles, 3 regional titles, and of course 2 state championships. And his performance in this year's 2A state title game helped seal the deal. Furst finished with 20 points, 7 rebounds, and 6 blocks in just 25 minutes of action in that win over Park Heritage. So he's as deserving as they come. And earlier today, we caught up with Caleb to get his reaction to winning the state's most prestigious high school basketball award.
Yeah, I think first and foremost, I was just grateful. Grateful for the opportunity to be given it and to be put in that position by my teammates and my coaches, and just grateful for all the people that have helped me along the way.
Yeah, obviously, you're the 6th guy from Fort Wayne to ever win this award, and obviously you joined some pretty prestigious company, the likes of Caleb Swanigan and Deshaun Thomas. And obviously there have been great players all across the state, not just in Fort Wayne, who have won this award. To be a part of that fraternity now, be a part of that club, how do you wrap your mind around that?
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of hard to. It definitely means a lot, and it's a huge honor. So I just feel very, I keep going back to it, but just very grateful.
I know you're not a guy that focuses on, individual accolades. Every time we talk to you, you're always one to kind of deflect everything back to the team, and rightfully so. But coming into this season, was this a goal for you? Was it a goal for you coming into high school? And did you ever at all think in the back of your mind, how cool it would be to maybe win this award one day?
Yeah, I think it was always there in the back of my mind. Obviously, I didn't want to, focus on that or make that the main goal, because it definitely wasn't throughout the season. The main goal is definitely the team. But it was always there, and I was, it was something that I wanted to win, and so to be able to win it, it means a lot.
Coach Davison was saying that there's a saying in this program that, and I guess there's a saying, overall in life, the hard work pays off. Describe to me the amount of work that went into this for you to make you the player that you are today, and how gratifying it is to be rewarded for that work in this way.
Yeah, it does mean a lot, and it does, make it all that much sweeter. And like I said earlier, it definitely helped to be put in a position by my teammates and my coaches, helping me out along the way, always pushing me, and always trying to help me, reach my best.
What do you think this means for the program here at Blackhawk? Obviously, there have been some really good players that have come through here in the past, but they've never had a Mr. Basketball. and now they've got a couple of state championships as well. Just, I guess, what do you hope that your legacy is here?
Yeah, I think it means a lot. Coach Davidson, ever since he came here, he's been building a great program, and especially within these past 4 years, I've been able to luckily be a part of it and help it, along the way. So I know I keep saying it, but I'm just grateful for, being able to be a part of that program and being able to be a part of the culture. Not just what we had on the court, but off the court as well with our coaches and teammates and the leader that Coach Davidson is and the example that he sets for all of us.
Yeah, obviously you've had a great ending to a great career here at Blackhawk, winning the Middle Attitude Award, Mr. Basketball State Championship. But how excited are you to now turn the page and kind of take on that next challenge at Purdue University?
Yeah, I'm really excited. Something that, I've been looking forward to ever since I, was able to commit. And, obviously I was still, really enjoying high school basketball, but it's definitely something cool when you know where your next steps are and what your future will be. And so I'm really looking forward to getting down there.
Yeah, and obviously that next step for Furst will be West Lafayette, where he'll join a Purdue program that is certainly on the rise. And you've got to think the Boilermakers are going to benefit from not just Caleb's skill set, but from the winning pedigree he brings to the table as well.
Yeah, no doubt. And one of the guys who's responsible for making Furst a winner is, of course, his high school basketball head coach, Mark Davidson. Mark weighs in on what this award means both for Caleb and the Blackhawk Christian boys basketball program.
And we've had a lot of great players that put on that Blackhawk Christian jersey over the years, but Caleb has separated himself and, clearly the greatest player that we've ever had here at Blackhawk. And so, for him to be named Mr. Basketball, that doesn't happen very often from anywhere, let alone from a small school. And so I think it's obviously great recognition for him, for his family, for our school, and for our basketball program.
Yeah, we obviously have watched him play, for the last 4 years, and we see how special he is on the court. But you've been around him in practice every day and workouts and all that stuff for the last 4 years. Describe what makes Caleb a special person and how meaningful it is to see him take home this award.
Well, he's just so well-rounded, and obviously people notice the size right off the bat. He's tall, but, just from a basketball standpoint, he's obviously also very athletic, very skilled. I mean, it's rare to see somebody that tall and that skilled and that athletic. And then off the court, just a wonderful young man. He's a great student. He's a great leader. He's a great teammate. I think of the younger kids in our school that have an opportunity to look up to Caleb, and that's one of the neat things about a situation like ours where you've got kindergartners and first graders. Next week he's going to be helping at our future Braves basketball camp, where, he's got second and third grade kids that just idolize him. And, the impact that he has beyond just the basketball games, I think is going to go on for an awfully long time. So for all those reasons, we're just super proud.
Yeah, so that's Caleb's high school head coach, obviously. His college coach weighing in via Twitter, Matt Painter. Congrats to Caleb and Trey Kaufman-Wren, finished runner-up in Mr. Basketball, on both having outstanding senior seasons and high school careers. Great players and students that will represent this state and our program very well. Excited for them to get here in the next couple of months. Another Boilermaker weighing in, Chris Kramer, Huntington North grad. Congrats at Caleb Furst on being named Indiana Mr. Basketball, #BoilerUp. Southside High School, I was going to say grad, he went to La Lu to finish, but former Southside star Rayfeld Davis also played at Purdue, saying congrats to the young fella, #260, #BoilerUp. He'll be playing against this guy in the Big Ten next year. Trace Jackson Davis, congrats young bull at Caleb Furst. Be fun to see those two go head-to-head.
Mr. Basketball to another.
And speaking of guys he'll be playing against in college, Luke Goody, the Illinois signee. These guys have been friends. They've played together since second grade. Congrats to my day one. Couldn't happen to a better person. Can't wait to compete for years to come.
And also, speaking of that, here's a look at the company Furst will be joining. Again, just the 6th Fort Wayne native to ever win the award, joining Homestead's Caleb Swanigan, Bishop Lures' Deshaun Thomas, both of which were All-Americans at Purdue and Ohio State, respectively. Harding's Jim Master played his college ball at Kentucky after winning Mr. Basketball in 1980. And, of course, Southside well represented on this list with Willie Long and Mike McCoy. All 5 of those guys, Pete, went on to be NBA draft picks. So
no pressure. pressure.
No pressure, Caleb, but some big shoes to fill. But we have all the faith in him in the world. We were talking earlier with Caleb and Mark, and one of the most fun kids to cover. You know, he was part of that first freshman class for you and I. We've both been here 4 years now, and we've literally seen him grow up in front of our eyes, and it's been a lot of fun. And just to see him cap his career in the way that he has, it's certainly awesome.
My favorite thing about him winning this award is when you watch him play. Obviously, the physical traits and all that stuff stands out.
Yeah.
But his attitude on the court, I've never seen him complain to official. I've never seen him yell at a teammate. I've never seen him. In the state finals were a perfect example. In that game, he gets into foul trouble. It's the last game of his career. Could have easily gone to the bench and pouted. Went to the bench, cheered on his teammates, communicated, and then came back out in the second half. And you obviously just saw what he did against Park Heritage. But his mentality, his steadiness on the floor, he talked about the level head that he tries to keep and how he tries to stay humble. I think that's what it's great for kids who want to be, because obviously there's hundreds, if not thousands, of kids in Fort Wayne who are looking up to him, and they want to be the next Caleb Furst one day, just like he wanted to be the next Deshaun Thomas or the next Caleb Swanigan, and now he's obviously in those shoes. The example I think that he's set in terms of the way he's carried himself. Again, I don't think we've talked to a lot of people. We've covered a lot of games with that Blackhawk program. Never heard a bad word about Caleb Furst, and never seen him act out in any way whatsoever on the basketball court. Always handled himself with class, and just a very won the Mental Attitude Award as well, and deservingly so.
And obviously, you know, we've mentioned the company he's with in Fort Wayne, but also statewide. He's only the second player, I believe, in the history of the state to win the award outside of Class 4A or 3A, and the only other one to do that was Deshaun Thomas, who won it when he was at Lures, who was in 2A. So both of the guys who have won it below classes 4A and 3A have come out of Fort Wayne. So some great company, obviously, for Caleb, and a very, very well-deserving honor for a very, very good young man.
Yeah, no, and I think that's Mark said it as well in his soundbite. He's a better. It's hard to say this about a kid that's that good. He's a better person than he is a player, and I think, you know, with the times the amount of times you and I have been able to interact with him, it's easy to tell that with Caleb. But you look at, again, just the company he's keeping now, and like you said, to be the 6th ever from Fort Wayne, it's a city with a proud basketball tradition, a proud basketball history, and for him to etch his name in that history, obviously something that he's going to be able to look back on and be pretty proud of when his playing career is all said and done.
Absolutely, and we're looking forward to 4 more years close by in West Lafayette.
Watching him be a Boilermaker. Yes,
congrats again, once again, to Caleb. Hey.